Happy Monday, everybody. My name is Brandon Rosa, and welcome to episode 293 of the Xbox in 10 podcast, your weekly source of Xbox gaming news covered in around 10 minutes. Every Monday, this podcast covers new game releases, the previous week's gaming news, and we all learn an Xbox-related fun fact together. The show's on YouTube and podcast services around the world, so please subscribe on your favorite and leave a review. Xboxin10.com, no numbers, is your quick source for links to all of our podcast destinations and social media profiles, which you can follow at Xboxin10. To start, let's talk game releases. There were no big games out last week, but the games coming out this week include Railway Islands 2, Tap Wizard 2, Beautiful Sakura Fashion Club, Riveneer's Grove, Soko Crab, Bowtie, Biteland Overclocked, Flipcat, Mineral, Gravity Escape, Super Onion Boy Plus, Unsolved Case, The Scarlet Hyacinth Collector's Edition, and Windborne Journey to the South. Now onto last week's biggest news stories, and we have 4 to cover this week. Number 1, Kojima's Xbox game OD suffered strike-related setbacks in 2024. Ben Carey at Pure Xbox writes, in a New Year's update posted by Hideo Kojima himself, the legendary game maker has provided various updates on his studios and development projects. Some positive and some not so much. In terms of Kojima Productions' Xbox game OD, while progress was made throughout 2024, it sounds like the title suffered major setbacks in the back half of this year. In this update, Kojima went on to say that, quote, we developed the game OD and had actor and environment scanning, end quote. But in the latter part of 2024, quote, scanning and filming were suspended due to the SAG strike, end quote. Finally, Kojima says that the team hopes to resume development on the project in 2025. Quote, thank you for all the support in 2024. It was a full year of many things. DS2 development, the release of our second trailer, ADR for the actors, music production and recording, Japanese voice recording. In the summer, we started to play and build up the game. We were also able to hold a TGS stage event for the first time in 5 years. For OD, we developed the game and had actor and environment scanning. In the second half of the year, scanning and filming were suspended due to the SAG strike. Casting was also suspended for Physint. Due to the strike, we hope to resume next year, end quote. Back in September, an interview with Kojima gave us our most recent update on this still mysterious Xbox project. The Metal Gear Solid visionary says that OD is a game like no other, and that it's a bit risky and a new challenge for me within the realm of games. Ultimately, we'll have to see how this Xbox project shakes out, but it's probably best not to expect a launch anytime soon. Kojima isn't exactly known for sticking to the rulebook, and with this news of strike-related setbacks coming in, we could be waiting a while to go hands-on with OD for Xbox. This isn't too much of a surprise, but good for them to get in front of it and say it now. We really should not expect this game anytime soon. They are clearly head over heels trying to get Death Stranding 2 out this year in 2025 for Sony and PlayStation, which maybe will also come to Xbox in the years to come. We shall see, just like the first one did most recently. At this point, OD, could it come out in 2026 with the supposed launch of the new console? Save it for then. Don't need to rush it out. Take your time, Hideo Kojima. I trust in you. Number 2, Minecraft 2 has basically been announced, says creator. Jordan Midler at Video Games Chronicle writes, Marcus Notch Person claims he's working on a spiritual successor to Minecraft. Original Minecraft creator Marcus Notch Person has basically announced Minecraft 2. In a post over on X, for the new year, Notch suggested that he could spend the next year working on a spiritual successor to his blockbuster sandbox game. Minecraft, widely credited as the best-selling game of all time, was developed by Notch, who also served as a figurehead of the franchise for years. Minecraft and developer Mojang were sold to Microsoft in 2014 for $2.5 billion. After posting a poll asking what his fans would like him to work on, he would later reply to a user saying that he, quote, basically announced, end quote, Minecraft 2. Quote, I thought that maybe people actually do want me to make another game that's super similar to the first one, and I'm loving working on games again, end quote, he wrote. Quote, my intentions are to be clear and honest about this, saying that the spiritual successors are usually kind of, washed up, tragic, end quote, he continued. Unless he worked directly with Microsoft, Notch's next project couldn't use the Minecraft IP. Quote, the things I'm fearing my next game is going to be anyway, and try to push myself to avoid. So why not do the thing that people do want and are willing to give me somehow even more cash for, end quote, Notch went on. Quote, I also very much value being a man of my word, so I also intend to do this in a way that in no way tried to sneakily infringe on the incredible work the Mojang team is doing, and that Microsoft is successfully doing the Microsoft shitification about, end quote. Last year, the global theme park rights to Minecraft were acquired by Merlin Entertainment, the group behind Alton Towers, Peppa Pig World, Madame Tussauds, and Legoland. A live-action Minecraft movie is due for release this year. I want to include this week since it is a slow news week, Just what a weird pseudo, not really announcement, just a Twitter post. But if you go into this story further, he says that he's 100% not kidding about this. Go do some research on Notch. He's a very interesting character, to say the least. Number 3, Xbox's Indiana Jones success has apparently left Disney wanting more. Fraser Gilbert at Pure Xbox writes, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle has undoubtedly enjoyed a great month since its release back in early December, and according to a new rumor, it sounds like Disney is already interested in a potential sequel for Machine Games. This comes courtesy of Windows Central editor Jez Corden on the Xbox 2 podcast. Quote, Disney Insider suggested that there was going to be more Indiana Jones, and I will say on my end, I've also heard that Disney picked up the phone and wants more Indiana Jones, end quote. Last week we reported that the US gaming charts were looking very healthy from an Xbox perspective, following Indiana Jones' launch week. As despite the game releasing as part of Xbox Game Pass, it still managed to become the second top-selling game in dollar sales for the week ending December 14th, only losing out to Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Obviously, a lot more figures need to be revealed before we can determine whether Indiana Jones and the Great Circle has been a financial success, but this earlier rumor suggests a sequel is a strong possibility. Bring it on. I continue to hear nothing but good things. I have not yet picked up this game myself, but did go back and watch the first movie as preparation for when I do. This is cool for those that are really enjoying this game. Just gotta be honest, leaves me a little sad as I really want to see Machine Games make Wolfenstein 3. Were they not working on that before they started work on Indiana Jones? Please let that be true, and please let both be true, right? Maybe in 2 years we can get Wolfenstein 3, and then after that do another sequel. But give me Wolfenstein. And number 4, Black Myth Wukong producer blames Xbox Series S hardware for skipping Xbox release. Rahul Majumdar at MSN writes, Game Science CEO and Black Myth Wukong producer Feng Ji says the Xbox Series S lackluster hardware is to blame for the game skipping Microsoft's consoles. Ever since the action game was released in August last year, many have wondered why it didn't come to Xbox consoles. Various conflicting reports emerged last year pointing to a secret exclusivity deal with Sony for releasing it on PlayStation 5, but Feng Ji has dispelled those reports. In a new post on the Chinese social media platform Weibo, Feng Ji revealed that optimizing for the Series S has been challenging, leading to the game skipping its original release on the console. Quote, the only thing missing is the Xbox, end quote, he said via IGN. Quote, which somehow feels a bit wrong, but that 10GB of shared memory without years of optimization experience is really hard to make work, end quote. The Xbox Series S has 10GB of system memory, a 37.5% reduction from the Xbox Series X's 16GB. This has become a major problem for many game developers, leading to many AAA games either getting released on Xbox late or outright skipping the platform. Baldur's Gate 3, Larian Zito's 2023 Game of the Year winner, famously had to shelve split-screen co-op for the Series S version. The game was released on Xbox following its Games Awards sweep last year. This is just another axe in the Series S and developers having trouble getting their games to work on the platform. I was very gung-ho about the Series S. I thought it was a great idea to have that lower priced option in the market for Xbox to really take it from every angle to compete with Sony. However, I'm certainly kind of switching my train of thought when it comes to the next generation. Keep it simple, have your main high-powered leading console, and then have a handheld to accompany it for people who don't want as maybe a powerful option, although it will be more expensive. Very interesting to see what their plans will be for the next generation. And speaking of consoles, as always, we end our show with a fun fact about Xbox. So what are all the Xbox consoles you can now buy for the Series X and S? Well, there are mainly 4, and here's the list. So you can get the Xbox Series X 2TB Galaxy Black Special Edition. You can get a Series X 1TB edition. You can get the Series X 1TB Digital Edition in Robot White. And then you can get the Series S 1TB or 512GB in Robot White. I still have not picked up a Series S, and at this point I don't think I have. I have my launch Series X 1TB in black, but covered by the Starfield console wrap. I do love the way that looks. Thank you all for listening to the Xbox in 10 podcast, your weekly source of Xbox gaming news covered in around 10 minutes. If you like the show, please subscribe on your favorite podcast service, share it with your friends, leave a review, and follow on all social media at Xbox in 10. This past week, I wrapped up everything before the new year hit. So I finished up Marvel's Midnight Suns, which I talked about on last week's show. I finished up Pokemon Ultraviolet on Means, and that was a very fun experience. And then I finished up finally Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, which I have been trying to beat for basically 2 decades, as I played it when I was a kid and just always kept picking it up and never actually finishing it. But this time I finally conquered it, and I do love that game. My name is Brandon Rose. You can follow me on Xbox at Brosen93. Hope you all have a great week. Stay safe and keep on gaming.